The views expressed on this Turnbuckle Tabloid live stream or Turnbuckle Tabloid podcast episode do not reflect the views, thoughts, or opinions of the Rageworks brand, including the Rageworks podcast network, Rageworks content partners, advertisers, and affiliates. Viewer and listener discretion is advised.
How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? This is M2 Inc., and I am on the podcast of Turnbuckle Tabloid. How are y'all doing today? I am doing great.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
What's up? I'm RGT85, and you are listening to Turnbuckle Tabloid.
Give me a fucking mic! Turnbuckle Tabloid, cutting a promo. When I first heard the name CM Punk, it was when he was starting his career in WWE. It wasn't until later on, well, not too far along, that I was told that he was originally in Ring of Honor. In those days, we couldn't get Ring of Honor on New York City stations. You know, they were usually seen either on tape trading, or around that time, you would have to get videos from YouTube. And when I began to do a little deep diving on CM Punk and his career, I became more intrigued with not only the wrestler but also the person, and it was weird to see someone in the wrestling business who was so young at the time but was very in tune with how wrestling worked. Many of you know the Summer of Punk, which occurred on WWE, but it also originated from Ring of Honor. His classic matches up and down the Ring of Honor promotion. And when he signed to WWE, it was one of those signings in which that his fans were happy to see, but others were like, well, who is this kid? Through the years in WWE, you gained a sense of this kid's going to be polarizing because of his way of connecting and disconnecting with the crowd. When he was the babyface, he was overly fucking indulged in love and admiration. When he was in heel, he was overly indulged in hate and disgust. And that is what you want in a wrestler. Through the years, I grew more fond of CM Punk, and you kind of get a sense of when your favorite wrestler becomes a larger than life individual, you kind of sense, you kind of get a sense, and you do a self-evaluation of, why do I like this individual? For me, my favorite wrestler for the most part has been Bret Hart. And I love Bret Hart, and I still do to this day, but because of how technically sound he is in the ring, how safe he was in the ring, and his commitment to the profession. The same could be said about another one of my favorite wrestlers, which is AJ Styles. I same thing. I started looking at it the same way that I started evaluating myself. And, I've often said that, I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I'm an acquired taste like beer and gasoline. But, I also, see certain traits in my favorite wrestlers in me as well, and with a guy like CM Punk, through the years, I've grown to have his level of admiration grow in my my list of favorite wrestlers. These days, I usually, when someone asks me who's your favorite wrestler, I usually can't give a definite answer, because it always fluctuates. Randy Savage is a favorite wrestler of mine. Roddy Piper is a favorite wrestler of mine. And once again, me saying these things, it all ties back to CM Punk, because he also has these individuals on his list, his Mount Rushmore of his favorites of all times, the Bret Harts, the Pipers, the Savages. And I say this because it gets me to realize that I guess I was backing the right horse when it came to seeing that young kid come through into WWE in the mid to late 2000s and make his way through the ranks and finally become a top tier main eventer. And then he left. And he left for some time. I was upset about it, but I also understood that the WWE at the time was being run in a laissez-faire kind of way, because there wasn't any competition. And, when you're the only dog in the best of show, there's no other dogs that you could go hump on or be humped by. So he took the time and he left. And you kind of missed that personality in the in the wrestling game. Sure, you had people who teased it. You had Austin Aries. You had Dean Ambrose, now Moxley. You had people who had like that somewhat quality to his personality, his polarizing traits and such, but never really had what CM Punk has. And, in time, I can't say that my love of wrestling diminished, but, it was a time and place to where it's like, hey, if I'm going to be eating this dinner every night, I might as well get accustomed to it. It's either that or I'm just not going to eat it at all. Then finally, Punk makes his return. He returns with AEW. I wasn't one of those that was like, oh, why them? I got it. I understood it. I was just happy to see him back. I was just happy to see what possibilities could occur, what dream matches could occur. And I was very excited to see if the crowds missed him. And sure enough, they did. We saw the humongous pop that he had gotten on his return. Of course, it was in his hometown, but as I said prior, I believe he would have gotten that pop anywhere he went. But then you start hearing the rumblings that were going on. I don't have to bore you with the backstory because you guys pretty much already know. If you're wrestling fans, some in the locker room were not happy with him being there. And after what occurred at the Brawl Out and then what occurred in Wembley, you gain kind of get an understanding that he's going to leave again. And he's going to leave, and you don't know whether if he's going to want to come back, if he's going to love wrestling again, and if it was worth the time or the money to deal with the headaches. Then there was talks, the rumblings of him coming back, but to where? Will he be the flagship for the newly facelifted Impact, which will become TNA again? Will he return to WWE? Will he help out a fledgling NWA? There was a lot of discussions going on. The talk for me was just what it is, which is just talk. And, that Friday before Survivor Series, I was at the bar with Holski. Shout out to the boy Holski. And he had asked me, he said, do you think Punk will be back at WWE? Think he's going to pop up tomorrow at Survivor Series? And I said, no, I'm going to say 90% no. I said, if he was going to return, I think he would return at Rumble and shock the crowd that way. Olski turned to me and he says, are you just saying that because when it doesn't happen, it softens the blow for you? It'll make it easier for you to deal with? And I turned to him and I said, as I took a sip of my beer, and I went, yeah, that's exactly why I'm saying it. Because of that sense that I didn't think it would happen because of WWE. I thought it would happen because of him. I thought that, yes, he did make an appearance at a WWE show not too long ago. He said hi to the roster, to the locker room. Triple H approached him, showed him some love, showed him respect, and let him know, said, hey, I can't have you here. The old man knows that you were, doesn't think it's good because you with the other company. And he's like, I understand. And he left. And that was that. And then there was, him, just him, because of his ways. Look, regardless of what side of the fence you take with this whole Punk debate, at the end of the day, one thing that you can realize, you can recognize and come to realization when it comes to Punk. CM Punk equals money. Well, WWE has enough money. They don't need the headache. Okay. When does a mega multi-billion-dollar company not want more money? He's going to draw more money. He's going to draw more eyes on the product. It's just the nature of how business is run. And that was the sole reason why I thought WWE would get this done. Triple H has been known to soothe rough waters when it comes to unhappy talent. For instance, like a Bruno Sammartino or Ultimate Warrior. Those individuals who were so deadpan against coming back to WWE, but it was Triple H who was able to barter a deal to get them to come back and be acknowledged and recognized as a Hall of Famer. I think that Triple H has made himself probably one of the biggest bookers, promoters, creative talents in the past couple of years. But I also think he's become one of the biggest persons of power to help barter business and get it going. Nick Khan was also involved in that as well. And I don't believe the horse shit about TKO Endeavor not being involved in this as well. I don't believe that horse shit. I think they wanted him. They just wanted to see when and where it would fit to get him. So I'm sitting in my aunt's living room watching Survivor Series because we were celebrating one of my other aunt's 75th birthday. And they're there playing Pacino, me and the Will and super producer Selly watching Survivor Series. And of course, R-Truth comes back. It was good to see him. Randy came back. That was big pop. I was hyped to see Randy. And after a night of Survivor Series, the night is closing. The logo comes up on the bottom screen, and you're like, "Oh, okay. Well, I guess he's not gonna come." In my opinion, I thought that the audience was gonna get aggy, and it was gonna be an issue that they were gonna end up hijacking the show. They gave it a little tease that maybe Punk might be the one that takes Randy's place in the Survivor Series, though, but it was Randy who showed up. Shout out to his wife, Kim, Randy's wife, to not play along with the game and was live streaming from the front row on Instagram. And yeah, it led to some, oh, okay, time to the SpongeBob meme. Yep, I'm gonna head out of here. I'm gone. Then it stopped. Then you heard that scratch, that static sound, and then the graphics go up on the screen, and then the music hits, and the crowd pops. Then I pop. I'm saying, what was it? The last time I said that I popped or something like that, was when AJ popped up at Royal Rumble, and AJ Styles popped up in Royal Rumble, and I might have popped that way as well. Yeah, I think I did when when the Hardys showed up for WrestleMania. That was pretty cool. But that was for that. Those were for people debuting or returning. But for this was different, and I fucking lost it so much so that the Will was like, "Dude, my leg!" Like it's just really. I was hitting his leg without even consciously knowing I was hitting it that hard. It's almost like your that's that crush that you haven't seen in years come back during your high school reunion or some shit. So it was kind of like that. But it's also, for me, a fresh start for him, because with all the headaches that, it is rumored that he had gone through, and to deal with a certain place and a certain atmosphere, I think, he came to a realization where it's, maybe I shouldn't be the lead cog or the lead a gear in a machine that has a lot of rusty or damaged cogs in it, where I could just be a strong functioning cog in a machine that's already running well. It's tough to come into a position of power or leadership when the people that's there don't want you to have it. And I think that's what occurred with Punk and his status and his belief that he can be a locker room leader or creative leader. And that could have been, implied by Khan. Tony Khan could have probably put that in the air and nobody followed through with it. But maybe right now, this is a position for him to say, you know what? Maybe I should just chill the fuck out and just sit back and enjoy the ride. Like he said on Monday Night Raw, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money. And that's an honest answer or honest statement to make. You know, there's some talk that he might have a behavioral clause on his contract, which is fine, is justified. And that's something that I know that he would wholeheartedly agree with. But you think about it. He's 45 years old. He's probably got a couple of more years left in the business. This might be an audition for him later on down the line to probably do either commentary or be a part of producing matches, being a part. You know, you got to think about what's going on, what's going to be the end game from here on out. And although AEW threw him a shitload of money and AEW threw him, you know, shitload of merchandise residuals, but do you want the fucking headache? AEW now is, regardless of what you guys think, they're struggling. They are. And whether or not his departure was the beginning and it caused a ripple effect, it's on a decline. Creatively, they've hit a brick wall. You've heard of writer's block. This is not even a writer's block. You're writing on the sales of MJF. You can't put him in every segment. Christian Cage is having probably one of the best years of his career ever, and kudos to him. I believe that it's a great reemergence of him as a wrestler as well, and character wise. Adam Copeland showing up there helps to boost that up as well. But everywhere else on that show, up and down, it's a clusterfuck. It's a gangbang of putting matches together just to hope to pop the crowd. There's a term that I heard the other day called overbook. I mean, I've heard it before, but I'm reminded of it, overbooking. And this is exactly what it is. It's overbooking. I always go to the reference of booking matches in the 2K series or any other wrestling games that you get a rating for it, and you overbook with fatal 4-ways or triple threat matches or steel cage and tables matches because you believe that that's going to draw the highest ratings. And that's exactly what AEW is doing right now. There's discussions of AEW moving more into a sports-like feel, sort of a New Japan type style, which I'm all for it. I'm more inclined to say that could be something that helps that company from here on out. But you also got to take in consideration as well, American audience they're not used to that. American audience likes compelling stories. They like angles and such. You know, if AEW is going to be moving forward to make it a sports feel, then you got to commit to it, and you got to understand that a lot of wrestlers are not going to commit to that because they have aspirations to do something else outside of wrestling. A lot of these people want to go to Hollywood. You see what's going on with the MJF right now. They want to show their acting chops. They want to show that they could do something outside of just being a lunkhead, muscle-bodied performer who takes bumps and slams and clotheslines people in their underwear. They want to show that they could do more. So if AEW is going to become that kind of promotion, then commit to it. But still, as of right now, the product is stale. They have their niche audience. Seems as though that Warner Brothers Discovery is happy with that for now. But you kept throwing rocks at the throne, thinking that the throne was just going to take that after a while. And they've taken back or recruited your people. Cody came back. That was the first foray. Jade Cargill. Now Punk. And they might get free agents out there that AEW thought they could snatch up. There's discussions that Mercedes Moné might make a return. These are people that you thought that you could be able to snatch up. Sure, you got yourself a Ronda Rousey. She's not contracted there, but this is her way of cutting her teeth in the indies or another promotion, which is good. She needs that. There's more power to her. I thought that her last few matches in WWE were lackluster. They weren't worthy of conversations. But now with her in the indies and her, learning her way about the business, it's something that she should do. It's good. It's a good thing for her so she can learn the business. It shows that she actually does want to be a part of it. And I was asked by someone, or was told by somebody that once Punk signed to WWE that AEW needs to make a signing and something big. And I'm like, who's out there for them? Who are they going to get? They don't need a signing. They need to do something impactful. They need to do something that makes eyes be glued to their product. What are you going to do? Sign a Goldberg? What are you going to do? Sign John Cena? It's not going to happen. Goldberg, maybe. Goldberg might happen, but Cena? It's not going to happen. There's nothing right now that will say be as impactful as what just occurred this past week. Punk coming back to WWE basically is the icing on a cake that shows that anything's possible with WWE. The dream matches that we thought we could have with Punk on AEW are possibly gone forever. Dream matches that we thought could probably elevate that company is most likely squandered. I'm gonna do I'm gonna do a cutting a promo about that next episode. And we're bringing the guys to see. We'll discuss possible dream matches in WWE and possible dream matches that they lost in AEW with Punk signing. But also, AEW right now is, gotta say, as much as when they showed up on the block, I was excited for it because WWE needed a kick in the ass, needed a foot in the ass to do it. But we're seeing that Tony Khan he's letting the lunatics run the asylum. We've heard the story that Bryan Danielson was part of the committee to be the one that helped to remove CM Punk from the company. And I don't know how to take that because it could be looked at two ways. It could be looked at as though like, well, Tony, don't you have the balls to do the job yourself? Or one of those things in where your job allows you to be part of a decision making process. Some of those things are good. Some of them are bad. Some of them can bite you in the ass. You don't know. But I think that Tony's letting the lunatics run the asylum, and it's not looking as structured and organized as we once thought it was going to be, as it was promised. But we shall see. When we come back, we have much to talk about. We're going to be doing a wrestling rundown. Have not only one, but two people sitting in on the show with me. We got, of course, our guy Homework Mike steps in and assist me through this Survivor Series review. And, of course, we got M2 Inc. as well, chopping it up. The three of us, finally got the three of us together to be able to put together a nice conversation of what happened in Survivor Series and much more Punk talk. So guys, don't go anywhere. Stick around. Check you guys in a sec.
This is James Madden. You're listening to Turnbuckle Tabloid.
Well, boys and girls, today on this episode marks the return of your favorite segment and mine, Heel of the Week. Yes, friends, this segment is brought to you by me, Turnbuckle Tabloid, Jay Santee. This is a segment that basically covers the heelish deeds, dastardly actions, or individuals inside and outside of the ring. So coming in at the number 3 spot, we got Jon Moxley. I'm holding him accountable for this one. This was said about a couple of weeks ago, but Moxley is now an advocate for concussion protocol. Yeah, he seems to have the right answers on how to fix what concussion protocols should be in place and how to execute them. Yeah, you could put a doctor on the side and make sure the doctor checks in on the wrestlers during the match and such. Although everybody is smartened up to the whole game about throwing the X up and such, but we got to make sure we get concussion protocols in the business. John, it's funny that you would say that, seeing as though that you're the reason why a lot of people are getting concussions, sir. Yeah. But seeing as though that he was the one that took a lot of bumps on his head as of recently, and it's getting a little foggy up there for him, and I think that he may and may not be getting the hint that maybe we should slow down on the indie wrestling and just stick to what really works. Coming in at number 2, all you wrestling fucking news pundits out there. Oh, you guys. Yeah, you guys who sat there and CM Punk will not be going to WWE. CM Punk is definitely blackballed out of the WWE. There are no talks, no conversations, nothing on the table for CM Punk to make his return to WWE. And then he returns to WWE. But why are they the heels? Because now they're backpedaling. You know, the Meltzers, the Alvarezes, the Saps, the Howells, all of you guys had been worked and don't want to admit that you've been worked. Kudos to WWE to finally take advantage of what social media is and how it's used and use it to work the crowd, especially you fucking wrestling pundits. I just love that you guys got worked. Love it. And finally, at the number 1 spot, your favorite wrestler, non-wrestler, crybaby of all time, Ryback. Yeah, Ryback. You're sliding in at the number 1 spot, my friend. Yeah, it seems as though that Ryback had made a comment or statement on Twitter, X, IG, whatever the fuck it is that he was on. Basically saying, if CM Punk comes back, I will retire from wrestling. And CM Punk came back. But of course, he had a backdoor clause. I said if he came back to AEW, I would retire from wrestling. Thank you for your support, and make sure that you buy blah, 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 whatever supplement I'm selling that has steroids in it, whatever the case. Allegedly. All right, back. If there's any other way for you to sit there and just stay in somebody's focus, it would be with a comment like that. By the way, I thought he was already retired. That, my friends, brings you a close to this segment of Heel of the Week. Ryback, nobody cares. Nobody cares.
This is JD from New York, and you guys are listening to Turnbuckle Tabloid.
It's Wrestling Rundown with Jay Santee. Turnbuckle Tabloid.
So I realized this has been just a really boring week of wrestling. Like, guys, I'm sorry. I really didn't have much to talk about this week in wrestling, but apparently there was. Oh, wait a minute. There has been a lot. Hey, I got M2 Inc. here, and I got Homework Mike with us. What's going on, fam?
How we doing?
Mike, have you guys been formally introduced?
No, this is the first time.
How
you
Mike,
doing,
doing, Mr. Mike?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Two constituents
Pretty good.
Two constituents of the Turnbuckle Tabloid podcast who are formally being introduced, and I was just saying that there really wasn't much that happened in this week's wrestling, so I was like, well, what can we go and do it? But I'm gonna go into just quickly wrestling rundown for a tick, and then we'll go into our overview of what happened in Survivor Series. But before I go into all that, I'll go into to our boy M2. Has the landscape changed?
Maybe just a little bit.
Very optimistic, I see.
Oh, highly. If the landscape hasn't changed, I don't think we would saw what we saw.
Mike, your thoughts about maybe is there a ripple going on? Is there a different door that's being forbiddenly opened this day?
I take it as we saw an inadvertent trade between two companies that are fighting each other. One Hall of Famer for a future one, so I don't know. If you think about it, the last 2 months, it's like one company got rid of one legend, and then they got somebody back that hasn't been there for over a decade, and now that other company is just. I don't know. I sent you the picture where like CM Punk is looking around and he goes, "Oh wait, there's people on the hard cam side." Like, oh my God, there's people over there.
You actually look left.
So we'll get to that in a sec. So just a quick hey, I'm the Norm McDonald this segment. We're doing a wrestling rundowns weekend update. So we got the story that Ray's gonna be out for the rest of the year. Most likely he'll probably be bouncing back during Royal Rumble season. How's the LWO storyline going across the board? M2, what's your thoughts about it right now?
I'm tired of friendly storylines.
Thank you, AEW.
Exactly. I'm tired of stuff about friendship. Santos Escobar going crazy ex-fiance is insane. But hey, we got a good match with Dragon Lee, so I'll take it.
Well, Mike, what's your thoughts about how they're bringing in Carlito at this time?
Like I said, like we were doing predictions. If it felt underwhelming when Carlito came in, the time to bring him in was around Backlash time, but then we waited through the whole summer, and now he's finally here, and he's now just like the veteran on the roster who's now just like quote unquote instigating the whole thing. So I don't know. Like right now, like we have a babyface Carlito, but I think at the end of the day, he's going to turn heel, but I don't think it's going to be for this storyline. So we'll have to wait and see. I just feel bad for at least because once they bring up Angel and Humberto to align with Santos, like Cruz and Joaquin Wild are fucked. They're going to be on the chopping block list.
You know what's funny? That I don't believe that. They probably will be just regular tag team, like a regular tag team that flows across the rosters. That I can see that now that since there's going to be this ebb and flow of NXT, Raw, SmackDown kind of talent, I think that they'll be okay. I think that they'll be all right. Joaquin is a vet, so it's like,
yeah,
he's like, as long as I'm getting money, I'm good. Like he's cool with that.
Can I just say, Raul Mendoza has a chance to be one of the top Mexican baby faces by him.
He can, yeah, definitely,
I'm just saying.
Yeah, he can.
Raul since NXT, WWE or Somos Latino, I was there.
Right.
I thought I thought Raul actually had a chance to be one of the top baby faces, but they just kept making him lose, and they made him a flunky.
That guy's been there for the longest time. Even back to when Triple H was running NXT, like this guy has been has been there for at least almost a decade now at this point.
Yeah, and he's not bad in the ring. I'm not so sure about like my skills wise or like the English to Spanish barrier, but in ring wise, I keep saying Santos. Raul Mendoza is not that bad.
Joaquin went from, I said, well, he went DJZ and all that. He's been through it. So he's like, I'm making 6 figures right now. I'm good. Like my family is fed. I don't need to do much. I'm okay. And he's a talent. He's a guy that I could see later on down the line that could be probably a backstage guy. He's already been sharp enough to make that. So and I always tell wrestling fans in different groups and even guys that are on the outside, you don't have to be championship tier guy to have a career. You're good with what you got. It's okay to be a mid-level guy or people that's on the spectrum. You're good. We've seen careers last longer outside of the ring if you know how to manage it. So it's fine. Another story. What can we talk about with the MLW issues? M2, like how
all right.
They had the bag. MLW, like you guys, like you had the possibility of making stars. You could have been the breeding ground to bring people up. You could have possibly been WWE's developmental, but now Hammerstone is ready to be Ghost. He's calling his shot to be out. And
that is not a name to lose.
Yeah, exactly.
And they lost him to what the fuck?
Exactly. So,
who would stay there?
Well, yeah. Well.
Now they're using it as a storyline, which is even funnier. This is one of those this is like where it used to be like where you laugh at TNA, go ha ha, like LOL TNA. This is what the fuck MLW. Like you do this whole thing where the guy wants out of the company, and then you do a storyline where he joins the rival promotion, and the initials are WTF.
Yeah,
like, what are you doing?
And then we hear from outside talent that they're told they're under contract. Then you find out that they're not under contract.
Dude, that story would have had me so. As a wrestler, we would have to fight. We would have. What do you mean? I have been trying to leave this company for how long? You told me I have my job. You go look at the paperwork, and I'm not even an employee here.
Especially the contract is not written in your language, so it's like
zoom in on the
So
wrestler's face.
Now you're taking advantage of me.
Exactly.
This is the perfect moment where you zoom in on the wrestler's face and go, da, 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 da. Like, seriously?
Or it's that dog that they have that now that's the meme that he's looking around like, what the fuck? Like, why am I still here? Like, what the fuck is happening? And I'm mad because I had so much hope for MLW to be that underdog kind of promotion, but right now it just looks as though it's like you're just a fucking indie fed that might have some kind of money. It's ridiculous.
Right now they're worse than the NWA, and that's a very low scale.
That's a
oof.
But that's not a lie though, because they messed up bad.
The story in the Coke in public, they're doing it behind bars.
Yeah, that was wild.
Next up, Ronda Rousey and ROH. Mike,
Wait,
what the fuck?
When did that happen? Not on a random Ring of Honor show for sure. Not there.
Yeah, the day before the big pay-per-view and unannounced too.
Contractually, she's not there contractually. She's there for the angle with Athena and such. But
yeah, this was a one-off. Apparently, she did a favor for her best friend Marina Shafir. But
she just wanted to do a play with Marina. That was it.
Please tell me you guys saw the clip of the fans chanting, "We want Ronda." No, we don't. We want Ronda. No, we don't.
No, we don't.
Meanwhile, she's in the fucking ring.
Which one was louder?
The other side. No, we don't. Meanwhile, Ronda's like high-fiving children in the front row. Way to go.
Mike, before there's a story that I'm gonna go to ahead of time, but can you look it up quick? The PWI tag team list. Can you look that up quick?
Yeah, more lists to go through.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I know FTR is number one. I'll say that at least.
Just quickly, Sonny has been sentenced to 17 years.
So long and goodbye.
About
bitch.
Time. I'm sorry, you cannot learn your lesson for so long.
I mean,
holy.
Eventually, somebody was going to get hurt, and somebody did, unfortunately, and now the bitch has to pay.
17 years. Well, damn.
Not enough.
Thanks for coming.
Well, she'll know what black men go through when they have to have weed in their possession.
Jesus.
Or they're just residing in the left lane, but we're not going to talk about that.
We'll stay off that lane. We're gonna do an introspect on that one day. I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Doesn't it just show that how fucked up our country's been that this woman kept getting her license back, or they just she got behind the wheel so many times, and now when something unfortunate happens, now
and it took her to kill an 85-year-old man to get fucking 17 years. She killed someone who should have been dead maybe 10 years prior for her to get 85 years now.
And the sad thing is, there's
17 years.
There's some dipshit Sonny defenders going, but his life was almost over. She put him out of his misery. Like, fuck off.
Like she was like the guy was a 2-legged chihuahua with like HIV. Like, come on.
Fucker had a peg leg and an eye patch. She was struggling to live. She said, "Okay." Fuck off.
Oh my god.
In a rear-ending incident. Jesus. How the fuck you kill somebody on a rear-ending incident? Jesus.
That had to be
only Sonny.
One hell of a ram.
Only Sonny. QT Marshall leaving AEW. Like, what the fuck? M2 Inc. My guy. Is this a plus or a minus for the company?
It's a neither, because QT means nothing. QT means nothing. What has QT done since AEW has started? That boring ass, long ass feud with Cody, and then just dragging down poor Powerhouse.
His hair plugs made it a plus, though.
Oh yeah. The hair plugs were over. Yeah.
His hair plugs were over.
This is where I go. This is where I go look up photos and go, wait a minute, what? That's the least thing I always look at. But as far as like fucking QT leaving AEW, that's probably like the last remnants of Cody Rhodes and AEW. But let's be real here. That was a Cody hire,
right?
Yep.
And they kept him there for the longest time. And I haven't seen a lot of his stuff in AAA, but he seems to be over there. He has one of their fucking belts. But I will say I give the guy credit for at least trying to do stuff on TV, like the QTV stuff.
I thought that was probably the most over in that company, and for him, it was the QTV stuff. I thought it was a niche, goofy thing.
I mean, the shit where he had like 100 people standing behind him and called the factory, like that didn't work. But when he had like a hot woman like Holly Cameron and only one of his factory students, it worked. And it was a takeoff of
TMZ. I thought
TMZ.
I thought the QTV worked.
I thought it was GTV.
Well, no, it's supposed to be a spinoff of TMZ because they were like,
the
segments. They would sit there and talk about stories, like they talked about the Wardwell thing where his passport got stolen.
Right, and I thought it would. I thought it would work best in like the way that they would do it, like if it was a gimmick or a goof on the show itself, it would make sense to where that wrestlers would want to fight the reporters, quote unquote, which would be cool. But when you put Powerhouse Hobbs in that circle,
that didn't work.
Yeah, you're burying him. It's more comedic. It'd have been more funnier if you. I would have probably put Denhausen or some shit in that kind of like mix or something like that because it's goofy.
Oh no! That's a wrestler. We need to watch him in matches. Like the fuck?
Wow. I mean, not for nothing. Isn't QT a wrestler? Why wasn't like he wasn't even the focus? Meanwhile, the fucking thing's called after him. And who they bring in? They brought in Johnny TV.
No, but you know what? Honestly,
why
the fuck am I?
What is Morrison doing?
No, but honestly,
why am I about him?
Yeah, he's being wasted right now.
Why am I even reporting this? Because the funniest thing for me to even say about this is that QT Marshall asked for his release. It's like, this is a job that you might have wanted.
Where else are you
going to go? Where else are you going to go? Where are you going to go?
Finally, you went out of here. Goodbye. They couldn't wait to get rid of him.
I'm sorry.
The thought process right now is the possibility because of him and Cody's relationship with a nightmare.
He's going to NXT.
Yeah,
he's going straight to NXT. He about to go. He go out to work over there.
He's a 40-year-old guy with
I don't know. Maybe TNA will bring him in. Like they always bring in experienced people in. So
maybe for that. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but MJF injured. How does this affect the upcoming World's End pay-per-view? M2 Inc., what you got?
Because MJF was already getting watered down with his horrible face turn. But, now, is it going to be on Swerve to hold it down now?
I mean, he should be the next person to hold it, but with the current booking, I would keep him off TV. I would do a thing where he has to relinquish the Ring of Honor tag belts and
he says that he's gonna wrestle at World's End against Samoa Joe. He's gonna do it.
Well, let me finish. Let him wrestle at World's End, but let him get killed by Joe, and then do the whole devil reveal. And then let MJF go off for a couple of months and get healed. But I think don't let the man wrestle until the pay-per-view.
Does he drop the belt to Joe?
Yes.
Yes.
Let Joe have a run for a couple months. Fuck it.
Please.
Now, if that
maybe
occurs,
we can forget about this love triangle.
Okay, so let's think about it like this. If that occurs, is that a big FU to WWE that Joe gets the title?
No, it's a bigger it's a bigger FU to TNA.
Pretty much.
Because Joe hasn't been world champion since 2008.
Okay.
Holy
shit. And then is it a big FU to what's the possibility for the progression from here on out with MJF and the possibility of him staying or leaving with AEW?
See, I don't exactly know.
The door is weird.
Well,
because with MJF, I think he's already signed. And I don't think he wants to leave.
Yeah,
and
that's what I'm saying.
And the reason, and I was gonna do a promo about this, but I don't think he doesn't want to leave because I think he's scared of leaving. I think he's afraid. Wait, hold on, Mike.
You think he's scared?
I think he's scared of leaving because he doesn't have the flexibility that he has in AEW. And I'm not mad at him with that because if you can milk the boss for what he has to give you right now, I would totally take it. He has the flexibility to do whatever the fuck he wants. Now that Punk is not there anymore, I wouldn't be mad at him to stay there.
He's clearly in the top 5.
Yeah, but WWE has basically a firm grasp of their roster, their roster right now. So I think they're okay with what's going on. MJF coming in, I think right now with what AEW is doing with him, it's a show and prove to say that he's not ready right now. And we need to see more of talent. And ring wise, he's been showing his ass. Like he's been doing great shit. Ring wise, he's been doing great shit. Microphone wise, he's good money, but he's still young. And WWE could probably grab him in the next 3 or 4 years to
exactly.
Yeah. So
that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, like, I wouldn't say he's scared, but I think he's more aware of.
He's scared. Mike, he's scared. He is scared because he can't conform to that that prototype that WWE has. So he's good right now, and he could get good money to where he's at right now. So it's okay.
I'm gonna say it like this: babyface MJF is not ready for WWE. Heel MJF will draw them some money.
You think so?
Yeah, but it'd have to be toned down though. Like a lot of the stuff that he mentions every week, like the verbiage. Like he's a master on the mic, but like the cursing, like all the references, like a lot of that stuff he can't do in WWE. Then they will give him a script, but they will give him like bullet points on what to say, and he'll fill in the gaps. But
the WWE audience would think of him as Miz 2.0.
Yeah. Meanwhile, right now WWE has like 5 of them, where they have like Grayson Waller, Austin Theory, and then like Miz himself. And there's like when you add
wait. Those are young, talented young men right now. Hold on.
No, but I'm saying when we're talking about like new Miz's, like they're in that category.
Oh, I got you.
But one say about MJF, like I do see a point, Jay, about like him like being scared or something. But it's also I see it as he's aware of the situation, because if he were to go to WWE, say like next year, Where does he fit in the mix? Because CM Punk is back. Like, hold on, we have.
But who knew that was gonna happen though? But we'll get to that. But who the fuck knew that was gonna happen? But I also.
But right now with AEW, he has the schedule he wants. He's about to be featured in he has a credit in the Iron Claw movie, so he's about to do some press for that.
Right.
But back to with this injury stuff, it would make sense for him to on one night everything shits to bed. He loses the Ring of Honor tag titles. He loses the world title, and then saying 6 months by Double or Nothing. He's all healed up, hopefully, or by whenever he recovers, makes his triumphant return, and then he can kind of passionate promo about how that fucking Mark gave me the money, so now I'm here. Yeah. Now I want my shit back. I want the Triple B. The promo is there for him when he comes back in 2024.
Yeah, I get it, and I'm not upset with it. I'm just saying that right now with people's their thought process for it to happen, I think that Tony Khan is going to sit there and throw him the Brinks truck to get him and to keep him.
You hope he did.
And that's what.
My thing is y'all was talking about MJF is probably on one of his favorite schedules right now. Are you sure Tony is relying so heavy on him?
Well, so I would
show multiple segments constantly.
You see that
MJF.
Well, that's what happens when you're over. You get to be used a lot more than a lot of other people.
Yeah,
and when you're a ratings draw, finger quote, and you bring in the people and get people's attention, you're gonna be overused a lot.
Yeah, but also when you do that, you oversaturate it if you don't put them in the right reasoning. Because right now, the story
now he's hurt.
A love triangle is crazy.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it seems like. Yeah,
a bromance.
But not only that, you have the Samoa Joes targeting him, Warlow's coming in, and I get it. It's like the champ is the target. It's an old school thought process. But
I can't wait when the devil's revealed to be Jack Perry. I can't wait.
Oh my god,
Shay's gonna be so pissed.
No. I would laugh so hard because he could debut to a sea of "Thank you, Jungle."
Once he reveals himself, there's going to be CM Punk chants along with it.
Oh, Jesus.
There's the devil, Jack Perry, along with his new faction of Wardlow, Dolph Ziggler, and his brother.
And how
Ryan Nemeth and Ziggler.
And how would it make sense to anybody? But in any case,
because it won't.
He's gonna do. It's gonna be just like this.
So let's go into the
Cry Me a River.
You need JR from like 99 when Vince revealed himself as the higher power. Oh, son of a bitch! Oh, son of a bitch!
It was me all along.
By the way, I have the tag team list in front of me. So
okay, so let's go through the PWI tag team list. We have the tops or whatever you have. So let's go through it.
So you want to do the top 10 first, and then we'll go through the list.
Yeah, let's go through that.
So at number 10, we have a tag team called 7 Up.
Who the fuck?
I have no idea. At number 9, we have Damage Control.
Top 10 is kind of crazy. But I'll take it, but that's kind of crazy.
But I'm also saying it's just their way to say we gotta have females in there. I would have taken it as a faction, but okay, next up.
So, since you mentioned the female thing already, just so you know that at 25 it was Gallus, and then at 24 it was Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez.
Fuck
I'm about
you!
To leave. I'm about to leave. What?
Fuck
over Gallus?
The coffee boys and Wolfgang.
I'm mad at that 25. Like, what the fuck? Gallus is 25.
Yeah. So number 8 was Judgment Day. It should be higher.
Yeah.
Fine. Number 7, The Acclaimed.
They have fallen way off. No.
Yeah. I can see
Last
that.
year, yes. This year, no.
Yeah.
Number 6, ABC. I think that's Chris Bay and Ace Austin from Impact.
Okay, bang bang. We like them.
number 5, the Motor City Machine Guns.
Okay.
Wow, that's a good pop up for me. I get that. Okay.
Number 4, Bishiman from New Japan Pro Wrestling.
I'm just going to let them have that one. I'm not going to disrespect New Japan.
Number 3, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
But also, can we really say top 3?
Yeah.
I'll put it like top 10, or no, maybe like outside the top 10, because really the past year, aside from the WrestleMania stuff,
it's really depending on how they broke it down during their scaling of
match quality and
other shit. But also the dating of it. So
I think it was just the WrestleMania and the beating Roman moments.
Right. Number 2, Aussie Open.
Times. I already know who number 1 is. Times. So many flags right there. Whoa. Aussie Open is number 2.
Yeah, and number 1 is FTR.
I'll take that. Where are the Usos?
FTR, I give it to them because I'm a fan, but at the same time, they didn't really have a good year. They did not. That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking like the criteria of the schedule. Dax is not great as a singles. That he's been getting fucking.
Dax has only
been squashed a lot of times, and as for the tag team, they haven't been looking good in the mid to late years. So I'll take it because of FTR's history, but I don't believe.
So I just went over the list, and the Usos are not on the list.
What?
Wow!
They didn't even make the 100.
They broke up, I guess, but they broke up this year.
But it's the same thing to say about FTR, though.
The Hardys made the list in '94.
Wow! What the fuck?
Number 93, the Dark Order.
What? No. We have to go back to the Hardys. They have had one good match this year. One.
No.
And you can barely count it. One.
Listen, the only thing I care about is that I know my people's main event made like the 60th or 70th or somewhere in there.
Oh yeah, shout out to main event. They got number 71.
Exactly, and I believe they should have been higher on that list. Shit, are you fucking kidding me?
Number 81, the team that just got recently released by NXT that's doing their indie run right now, Grizzled Young Veterans are on the list.
And it should have been higher on the list. They should have been much more.
Are they the Grizzled Young Vets or are they the Schism?
Right now they're the Grizzled Young Vets, but the NXT shit was not even good at all. But,
and we're gonna see them this Friday at House of Glory. Shout out.
So also R.I.P. Bray Wyatt, but tell me Joe Gacy and Bray Wyatt shouldn't have switched theme songs.
That could have been something. Yeah. That could have been something.
Watching Bray Wyatt coming out to some "Love Is Blind" would have been crazy.
What's a tag team, Mike, that you see like there? It's like, what the fuck?
The Magical Sugar Rabbits. Number 32.
That's a real team.
Yeah,
and they're number 32.
Number 32. Imperium's 49. LWO is 51.
Oh, I'm leaving.
You know what?
Alba Fire and Isla Dawn are better than the Best Friends according to the list.
You know what? We don't need to have this. We're not having this conversation anymore. So
Mike Knox and Trevor Murdoch are on the list at number 67.
Get the fuck out of here! Where is LAX?
Mike Knox is still wrestling.
Yeah, he's in the NWA.
Where is LAX? Is LAX on there?
No, might as well be at this point.
The guns
proud and powerful.
Oh, where's the guns at?
21.
That's kind of low for them, though.
House of Black.
They're definitely better than Aussie.
The House of Black is what?
19.
Okay.
How did the House of Black lose to Aussie Open?
Well, it's because what you call it. They're now called the Kings of the whatever the fuck.
The Kings of the Black Throne.
Oh no, the Black Throne.
Well, this is if I'm reading it right, the House of Black is the trio, so it's with Buddy Matthews. But 16 Lucha Bros, 14 the Rascals, number 11 was the Elite.
Boo! What the fuck have they done?
Get the fuck out of here.
They lose ratings. Nobody cares about them. Like, what the? They don't even get reactions anymore.
Listen, I want to find out who the fuck 7-Up are, because they're apparently one rank higher than the Elite. So whoever they are, good for them. Whatever they do,
my God.
keep it going.
It's like cling. Thank you.
New Day got 26, so that's who Gallus is better than.
Well, they haven't been. They haven't been on TV for too long. So.
Bang and Matthews. So somebody's out there. Last name is Bang.
Bang.
First
Bang
to last
and
name.
Matthews.
Street Profits at 41.
Ridiculous.
Wow. Well, they were off of TV for a minute. So
Chelsea Green and Sonia Deville at 47.
Yeah, I'm leaving.
They're better than Imperium, apparently.
Not hearing that.
This is hilarious. You know what? I thought the individual shit was blasphemy. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
But let's go back to number 94, the Hardys.
You know,
one good match this year.
Oh wow!
One a million. Oh Jesus!
Aegis Enough and Malik Blade from NXT are 98.
Who?
Aegis Enough and Malik Blade.
And what was the Brawling Brutes?
I just saw them 76.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, this list is all types of dog shit. Like, I quit. What the fuck?
Wow. Let me let's move on to this is because that's just hard.
You need to see this list. You need to see this list for these stupid fucking names.
All right, you know what? Lastly, for this, apparently, like I said, MJF injured. How does this impact the future? And then there was a story that was just released on this day. Was Bryan Danielson was part of a commission to get CM Punk out of AEW? What the fuck?
Yeah, this is
not really shocked
to
at
me.
this.
I haven't heard that one. What?
I'm not shocked at this.
So, Mike, what's your thoughts about this?
It makes sense because considering how close Bryan is close to Tony Khan, it would be reasonable that Bryan's a part of said committee. I mean,
he's one of the boys. He's definitely one of the boys.
I mean, Tony Khan has said publicly, God forbid, if something happens, he wants Bryan Danielson to take over the company. So we know who Tony wants the company to fall into their hands, and that's not Kenny Omega or the fucking Young Bucks. But
we know who the Paul Levesque is.
Pretty much. I mean, aside from the stupid stuff whatever you say about whatever your opinion is on his philosophy on wrestling, I guess, like with him with his concussions, him wanting to bleed, like all the other nonsense.
Stupid, I hit you, you hit me bullshit, and call it Japanese strong style.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, when it comes to like AEW, I mean, Bryan Danielson is one of the guys that has stepped up as a leader. And some people might laugh at that, but I mean, when you have a locker room full of misfits, there'd be somebody in there saying, "Hey, I know how to make money. I know where we should go as a company. Let's do this."
That's the fucking problem. That's been my biggest disappointment from Bryan Danielson since he's got there. He's not going to do that. He's going to go play along with everybody.
You know what?
He wants to go over there and play.
I see that more in Jericho, but I mean, Jericho's over there and he's just having a little bit of the bubbly and fucking gaining weight, losing weight. He doesn't know what the fuck he wants to do. I mean, shit.
I'm like, I think right now is about who can get in where they can fit in, and in this type of environment, when they knew that you could get Punk out, who is supposed to be Tony's right hand guy, I think Brian was like, "Fuck that! I got to get into that position." And he found a way to make it that way. So,
but apparently he was already in that position.
I can't picture that coming from Daniel Bryan's head. Call me the cliche fan, and I still believe. I just don't see Bryan like that.
You just see Bryan with a big smile on his face going up to Phil and saying, "Hey, I'm sorry to say this, but we voted and you're fired. Have a good day."
But here's my shit.
See, but that's where I see Jericho.
But here's my
he
shit.
was doing that called Punk of Cancer and all that.
But here's the
But Jericho go here, ye. I ain't.
But Mike,
Phil Brooks is fired.
But Mike, hold on. This is my thought about this. How can you be a fucking a owner, an executive, or how the fuck the position that you have in your company to sit there and have your talent justify or judge whether or not a person should be in your company or not?
That's where AEW has me fucked up.
And a multi-billion-dollar fucking company, like, are you serious? Like, your talent in the fucking locker room are the ones to judge whether or not somebody else. Sure. By the way, you look it up. CM Punk's merchandise in AEW is the most selling ever. So,
still,
yeah. So, and people were buying it now once he was announced to be in WWE because of that. So, yeah.
And I understand where you guys are coming from, but to play devil's advocate here, maybe Bryan Danielson does have more leverage than one of the boys because, like I said, Tony Khan trusts him a lot more than some other people.
Oh,
but
wasn't it the same way of people perceived that CM Punk had the same kind of leverage?
Yeah, that's what I mean. But apparently Bryan Danielson was higher on the pecking order, especially towards. Yeah,
was he?
I mean,
especially the last couple of months.
I don't think he was higher on the pecking order. I don't think he was higher on the pecking order until the situation.
Yeah, I don't believe that either. I really don't. I don't believe that either.
Tony wanted Punk there since the debut of the damn show. He couldn't wait to get his hands on CM Punk.
CM Punk is his favorite wrestler.
Yeah.
Was. I don't know how he feels now today.
Apparently, the Bucks are more of his favorite wrestlers than CM Punk.
Yeah, he's such a fan of Keith. He's such a fan of Keith Lee. He's not using them right now.
So, as I go to the bathroom quick, Mike, open up to what occurred on Survivor Series.
Oh, I thought we were going to wait till the review.
Oh, that's the review. That's what we're doing. That's what we open up to.
I thought we were going to talk about the whole show.
Yeah, that's what we're doing right now. So let's do it.
You want to go straight? You want to go straight?
Yes, let's go to the. Let's go into that.
We're going straight to women's war games.
I mean, I guess we'll go. I don't know if LJ wants us to do this, but war games did happen on Saturday. What did you think overall on the show?
Show was, I mean, AEW has immuted me to made me immune to weapon use a lot, but this was nice. This was refreshing, to see actual talented wrestlers not go out there and make a fool of themselves.
I see where you're coming from. Because when it comes to WWE, it's rare when they have violence to this level. With AEW, we see it almost every show, every day of the week. But especially the War Games match is one of those matches where, like, as a fan, I'm easily amused by it. The concept of it: 2 rings, 1 giant cage, bullshit, and anarchy is going to happen. So. Last year showed a lot of success with the Bloodline and that stuff, and then this year they had the Judgment Day and Damage Control basically be the main draws for War Games matches. Right. What do you think of the War Games? Do you think this year's War Games matches were better than last year's, or on the same level?
I'm not gonna say it was better than the last. Maybe the women's were about on par too, and maybe the women's match was better. No, because I honestly think Damage Control should have won. But the men's, just that moment between Sammy and Kevin with the breaking up of the pin, that you can't beat that.
Yeah, I'll go with that one. I'll say this one with the men's, it was very entertaining from start to finish. But as far as for the women's, they did open the show like they did last year. And I will say, until all 8 of them got in the ring, it did pick up, because there was moments where Bayley was climbing the cage trying to get away from Shotzi and Becky, and Shotzi had a chair, and she made Hulk Hogan's chair shot those years ago in WCW look like child's play. They were trying to hold back on their weapon shots, and they tried not to hit her, but they almost hit her. But every year, I'll always pop for the Io Sky putting the garbage can over her head and jumping off the top of the cage.
Yeah, she wild for that.
Yeah, but
I thought the women's match as an opening was a solid opening, and I also think that they had to work on an understanding we need to be a little bit delicate.
A lot of the stuff they're trying to set up is kind of sloppy, but once all 8 of them got in the ring and they started, they started the craziness. When Charlotte Flair hit that moonsault off the top and her knee hit Io Sky right in the head, I thought, oh my god, I thought Io was about to fucking die.
It's stuff like that scares me, bro. The loose knees and the elbows, shit like that. Oh my god.
But at the same time,
free falling.
But at the same time, I say it's not often. It's random because you do it for what you're doing.
You do it for a fucking point. A purpose.
Yeah. It's not we're not doing that shit on Raw and SmackDown. We're doing it where the money's at. So
we don't do it for the cheap pop. We want the pop to mean something.
Right, exactly. And I thought for the women's match it's not their best women's war game match, but I thought it was fun, and I thought it was I didn't move away and grab a fucking a bathroom break. I thought it was a good match.
I think looking back on the women's war games, I think a lot of the ones in NXT were much more violent and more solid from start to finish. But
absolutely.
But Team Charlotte, Bianca, whoever was the team captain, I didn't know going in, but they got the win with the match, and Bayley did eat the pin. So we are teasing. We're probably going to start leading to Bayley turning or getting kicked out of this group. So
yeah.
And a lot of people are saying that if they do kick Bayley out of the group by, say, the holidays, Bayley could be an early Royal Rumble favorite. She wins the Rumble, and she challenges Io Sky for the belt of Mania.
Oh, that's a good look.
That sounds too fanny for me though. Too much. That sounds like that sounds too hopeful. I still don't trust WWE like that. I'm sorry.
But not for nothing, but it kind of makes sense though. That actually sounds fun.
Oh, for sure.
Because right now, to me, the WrestleMania matches could be Bayley and Io for the women's title on SmackDown, Rhea and Becky on Raw for their belt. Maybe a singles match between Charlotte and Bianca. I wouldn't put Jade Cargill in any of these scenarios. Let her be in NXT. Let her develop a character in her in-ring stuff. Because even at the press scrum, Triple H said, and so many words. She's green as goose shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was being nice
Absolutely.
about it.
He knew what he was getting when he signed it.
Yeah,
What everybody wanted to argue with me on TikTok for, oh, what do you mean? She's been a pro since AEW. Name me one Jay Cargill match you can go back and watch and enjoy.
Aside from one spot that she did that was very impressive.
I'll wait.
Yeah.
What about the rumors that with the environment in WWE, the climate change, that possibly that Mercedes Moné, aka Sasha Banks, might be coming back. What do you think about? What do you think about?
You had to see that coming.
What do you think about that? What do you think about an M2?
Like, come on, bro. The money's over there, the exposure's over there, the star power is over there. You thought Sasha Banks was gonna go to AEW? Come on, bro.
Mike, what do you think about this? What do you think about? What Mike think about this is that if they're gonna be building up the fact that Damage Control is gonna boot her out, she's gonna need a partner.
She needs a friend. She needs her best friend.
So why not have
somebody please get me a box of tissues?
So why not we get the wrestling horseman for WWE, which was the original, which would be Becky, which will be Bailey,
Charlotte,
which will be Charlotte, and it'll be Sasha Banks.
Yeah, them against the Asians. The
worst one of them all.
What? It sounds crazy.
But wait, who's the fourth one? It would be those four horsemen against Asuka, Io, Kairi, and who? Dakota's she's still hurt.
Well, she'll come back, but they're looking to see if she comes back during that time. So
okay,
yeah.
I mean, once we get to at the end of the show, I wouldn't be fucking surprised at this point. Sasha Banks decided, you know what? I tried the indie thing. I tried going to Japan. Got myself hurt. Let me go back. Let me get my money and fuck off.
No, I think it comes to what's more to what we're gonna talk about later on, to where it's like the old man's not there.
True.
Mr. Mike, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Or not even a question. Rank the four horsewomen best to worst.
In my opinion?
I want to see this. Yeah.
WWE's horsewomen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, 1 is Becky. 2 is Charlotte. 3 Sasha. 4 Bailey.
Oh,
You had me. I would switch Bailey and Sasha.
I was gonna do the same thing. I was gonna say the same thing.
Because me, honestly, I have not been a fan of recent Bailey, and a lot of her heel stuff is hit or miss with me. Like the feud with Bianca when she kept laughing, I was like, I had to turn the TV off. I was like, I can't fucking watch this shit. But we move on. We had Gunther defend the Intercontinental title against The Miz.
Should have been a squash match.
I love this.
It should have been a squash match.
But the story they were telling was Gunther kept telling The Miz, "You're not a wrestler. You're a sports entertainer, and you're a good sports entertainer, but you're not a wrestler." So The Miz decided to pull out some wrestling moves in. Not for nothing, The Miz busted his ass in this match.
Yeah, kudos to him.
God.
Kudos to him.
He did his shit.
He did a fucking hurricane a DDT. He was doing a lot of stuff. But at the end, we had Gunther hit him with the Boston Crab, and The Miz tapped out. Clean.
The whole Lion Tamer. He put the knee in the back.
He put the
Jericho.
That was the greatest shit.
You know what's crazy about that? The significance? Miz would have won. He would have beat Jericho's record.
Exactly. Well, yeah. He would have tied it with 9.
And kudos to WWE. They started referencing Jericho again because they talk about him as being a 9-time champ. So
Survivor Series, the whole night was a night of references. Michael Cole was on a fucking field day. But so Gunther retains, and then next up we had Dragon Lee against Santos Escobar.
That was a fun match. Wasn't that a fun match?
Real life. just woke up the crowd, rejuvenated you. Like, cause you didn't expect much from him. I'm not gonna lie, which you should have.
I like the match,
you know,
but if he would have given them more time, I think it would have like went to that next level.
Yeah, but they weren't, especially for what the story is. But I'm just grateful that they didn't put Dragon Lee in his uncomfortable trunks, because his trunks usually make me feel weird.
That was on the main roster, and he knows that camera is he knows better. But I will say, for a match that was like put on last minute replacement, they did really good lucha. Dragon Lee continues to be impressive, like his matches with Cedric and Axiom on SmackDown. So I thought for Dragon Lee's first,
Cedric.
Yeah, he should be. I mean, everybody's saying like, "Oh, release him." I mean, not for nothing. Baron Corbin's in fucking NXT, killing it right now, and he's just having a new like renaissance. Let Cedric go back to NXT. Like, let him build something down there.
Listen,
we said please sign Cedric for a reason.
Yeah.
Listen, I say this: if you do not find a way to make Santos Escobar your new Eddie Guerrero in one way, shape, or form, you're dropping the ball. You have to. One way. He might not have the
I thought that would be Dominic.
Yeah, I was about to say Dominic's probably the new Eddie Guerrero.
No, Dominic is more just heel kind of persona. I don't think that face wise he works. We've done dance with Santos as a face and dance with him as a heel, but if you don't play with him as more of an Eddie kind of personality, you're gonna drop the ball with him. Honestly, I really think I think it works for him.
Yeah. Well, Santos got the win here, and as far as Dragon Lee, this was his first main roster WWE PLE pay-per-view.
He looked good.
Two thumbs up.
He looked great. Absolutely.
This guy, I was thinking about this the other day, because WWE for so many years have been trying to find like the next Rey Mysterio. And like you had your failed Sin Caras, your failed Kalistos. This is their last chance.
And you know what they did? They showcased some promos and fucking backstage interviews that he could speak English. So that's what they're doing.
Yeah, they tried the Kalisto and he did a good lucha thing, and then he got fucked. Next up, we had Rhea Ripley against Zoe Stark for the Women's World Title. Now, Zoe Stark is good in the ring, but she, like everybody was telling me, like on my inner circle, she has no character. There's nothing to her.
She's bland as shit.
Right. She's vanilla as shit.
And I think that she falls into the same category as what they put her with Shayna, in that same kind of realm that she can't translate verbally to people. But if you could give her a manager, or you give them a go into the ring, kick ass, bust ass kind of type of gimmick, I think they'll work. I think Shayna is going to be the one that gets over better to probably take over Rhea's title run. But we still got 3 more, four more months till Mania. Yeah, Zoe ring wise, she's solid, man. There's something about her that needs to fucking to get it over. I don't even think her mic work is bad.
Yeah, I think they just need to give her time.
Yeah,
give her time to actually cut a promo, convince people why people should care about her.
Yeah. And
she gets drafted to Raw. She gets aligned with Trish Stratus, and then I will say this: the whole Trish thing, it was a nice idea to put her with her, but at the end of the day, it really didn't accomplish much. It just got Trish like somewhat more like trying to get like some heat, but now Zoe Stark is just in this limbo of, like if she gets TV time, it's just for her wrestling matches. But as far as like trying to tell me as a fan why I should care about her, there's really no reason to.
I actually thought her face makeup was fucking solid. I thought that shit was legit. I was fun with that. I thought that shit was a good over.
Looking like a beast.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
And what about Miss Rhea Ripley and her assless chaps?
Please. Yo, listen.
Not fantasize. It is not time to fantasize.
I sent Jay a clip of Rhea like licking a piece of paper and like selling it online for like a couple bucks, like 500. And Xavier was in the background. What's that link? Let me pay for that right now.
Rhea it's like she's transcending like what women's wrestling is right now, and I'm not mad at her for that. Like she is like amazing. For what she's doing.
Absolutely.
Rhea's, yeah, and regardless of what position you put her in, the one thing that I can say is that she needs to get RKO'd soon. But we'll talk about that.
Oh, that's definitely the go. Nice little segue because now we go into the men's War Games match. Now we had Team Cody versus Team Judgment Day. Cody, Rollins, Sammy, Jey Uso, and maybe Randy Orton versus Damian Priest, Finn Balor, JD McDonough, Dominic Mysterio, and Drew McIntyre.
Maybe Randy Orton, but because we weren't sure if he's going to be there, but his wife was live streaming on Instagram.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Kim.
Whatever.
Tell me Randy and Roman's wives aren't the happiest women on this planet.
Yo, let me tell you something. Randy has become, I always thought that he was the angriest one, and I say this on the podcast often. Randy was often a guy that fucking I thought he was going to be the most angriest of everything when it came to women, but shit, that motherfucker is in love when it comes to Kim. Shout out to Kim. She's a fucking NYC girl, and she nabbed herself a fucking a whale. Good for you, girl.
There was a recent clip I saw on Instagram where like he went to go like embrace her in the front row, and he immediately grabs her tit.
And it's like and with me, it's like she's like 6 degrees of separation of probably being able to talk to her, because I know so many people who know her or been connected to her, and it's like, fuck, like I would love to have her on a podcast. But as for that, M2, what was your thoughts about? I mean, we'll get to the match, but knowing that Randy was in the building, we knew this was gonna happen.
Oh yeah. As soon as he didn't come out for the entrances, I was like, oh, he's gonna make a surprise return. Okay, they gonna make us wait.
They went for the big pop, and you know what? That's exactly what they got, because it could have went bad if the man was not there, and they were going to start chanting for another person's name.
Well, their thought was that they were going to sit there and say like, well, if Randy wasn't in the building, then
people were going to speculate.
CM Punk. He was going to be the 5th member. Yeah. So it was like, but us as wrestling,
Jay has no soul. He just spoils everything. Like shit. It could have been somebody else, motherfucker.
Who, me?
Yeah.
As a wrestling aficionado, I was like, that's not gonna fucking happen. We knew that. But Mike, what occurred during this match for War Games?
So, starting from the pre-show, we were being told, "Hey, Randy's not in the building. He's not here yet." So then we had segments like where like Jay and Sammy are like panicking, like, "Oh shit, if Randy's not here, it's my fault because of the bloodlines shit." And then like right before the match, they came out. Like Seth was like screaming at Cody, "Where the fuck is he?" And Cody says, "He'll be here. Trust me." And then we go to the match. As far as like Judgment Day in their gear, what'd you guys think?
That shit was fire. That shit was fire.
Bro, walking out like the Squad.
That's the one thing. That's the one thing to love about War Games. Like when everybody like coordinates, like goes with a theme. So we start here with Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. Then everybody comes in one at a time. When Sami Zayn came in, I forget how it was brought up, but Michael Cole goes somewhere. El Generico is very happy about this. It's like, okay, we're having fun here. The big part of the match was when Jay got in the cage. Drew McIntyre wanted to get in there right away, but Damian Priest stopped him. He said, "Stick to the plan." Yada yada yada. And then Drew came in next. He went from one ring to another just to go straight to Jay Uso, grabbed him by the throat, and just said all he had to do was apologize, and then beat the ever-loving shit out of Jay Uso. I just love that. That's all Drew wanted. You should have just said sorry. It's like, oh my god. But
yeah, he's not playing with him.
We had Cody come out. We had.
But wait, before you continue. Before you continue.
Man.
Wow, watching wrestling,
and they're telling a story.
Wow,
this is not doing spots for fun.
It's not just a good match.
Wow,
what?
It's not that I'm supposed to know something. Wow. Continue, Mike.
So, aside from the obligatory CM Punk chants, every time somebody came out of their cage, ran to the ring, there were "We want table" chants. So the heels would be like, "No tables," and then finally they would put a table in the ring. But once Cody got into the ring, all of a sudden there's a fucking cowbell hanging on the side of the ring in the cage.
Yeah, right.
Pulls that shit from under, and then somehow him and Rollins are holding on to said like rope and cowbell, and then they start doing double team spots. And then this was the perfect time for Rollins to go, "Where the fuck is Randy?" And they start yelling at each other again. And then the Judgment Day take over. And I love how the last person they left before Randy was Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah,
the fucking heat this kid got.
That's what I'm talking about. I loved it. That's what I'm talking about. It's like
they know what they're doing.
I don't want to do a contrast and compare kind of thing, but Jesus, would the old man have done this?
No, Dominic would have started.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Dominic would have been the last one. I mean, like literally the last man surviving. He probably would have won the match.
He would have been the survivor. So we had a spot where Rollins, Cody, and Sammy, I think the three out of the four were laid out. Then we had a moonsault from JD, the coup de grace from Finn Balor, and then the frog splash from Dominic. And then the countdown starts 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then nobody comes out. Then we hear Rhea Ripley's music, and she's running down to the ring with the Money in the Bank briefcase.
I love it. I love it. Love it.
And Damian Priest goes, go, come on. So the whole tease of Damian saying,
I give it to commentary. I give it to commentary because they sold it to where it's like,
you can't do this. It's War Games.
And Seth is out. He is so. It doesn't make any sense.
Another heist of the century.
Exactly.
Jay, thank you, because I forgot. They put Damian Priest did the razor's edge to Seth, putting him through a fucking table, and this guy is still suffering from a bad back. Remember, everybody, he has tape on his back because he has a bad back. So they're about to ring the bell or do whatever. Then I hear voices in my head plays, and the fucking building explodes. And then
fucking bro.
Then out comes Randy Orton in a muscle suit. This dude looked so jacked.
It's my boo. Listen, I sat there and I clutched my pearl.
18 months away, he got big.
I clutched my pearls and I said, "Hey." Look who's coming to the ring. Hey.
Like, guys, Randy.
As Randy said on Monday, Daddy's back.
Damn, Zaddy.
The first, damn, Zaddy, I got you. I remember when the first time he returned in 2008, 2009, when he was like during that time when he came with all the tattoos. I was like, holy shit. I felt the same way when he came out tonight. I was like, damn, Zaddy.
He was fucking jacked. He looked tan.
And it was crazy. When he went into the ring, he fucking tore it up, bro.
Absolutely.
And the best thing was he gets in the ring, he waits for JD and Dominic to run at him, and he does the signature power slam, and then he does the draping DDT, and then all five of them get each person from the opposite team into the draping DDT spot. And this is where I have to give a thumbs down to Michael Cole, because he fucking goes, after all of them hit the draping DDT, he goes, vintage War Games. Like, my God. Since when in War Games do they do that?
He was excited. Just give him a pass.
So they do the spot, and then Randy Orton he looks over to his left, he sees Jey Uso. And he goes, wait a minute. You tried to fucking kill me 18 months ago.
I like that.
So I loved how Jay was also like, Randy, we're cool. We're on the same team here. And then you had Randy do the moment, go, I remember. I haven't forgotten. And as soon as he says that, Jey Uso hit a super kick out of nowhere to, I think, like JD McDonough. So then we get into the end.
But wait,
here.
Mike, hold on.
Yes.
When was the last time in probably a long time that you've ever seen storytelling like this in fucking WWE? Like, when the fuck have you seen this?
Last year's War Games.
Yeah, with the Bloodline.
You can't tell me that. You can't tell me when Sammy broke up that. Broke up that pin.
Yeah, I forgot.
When Kevin Owens was about to pin Roman and Sammy broke it up, your heart.
Sammy grabbed the referee's arm, like, no, don't do it.
Oh, I forgot.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. Triple H. Triple H.
That would hurt my heart.
Yeah, I forgot. Triple H was involved with that. It wasn't Vince. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
also, even from this past Rumble where you had Sammy take the chair away from Roman.
Yeah, that was
So we get to the finish. Now, I'll say this. When JD started climbing, now they emphasized if anybody escapes from the cage, the team is disqualified. They lose. So yeah,
I did not know that.
Wait. Then why the fuck can they get weapons?
No, they got
no. You can't leave the ring.
You can't go over the top.
Yeah, you can't
if you go over the top and leave, your team automatically loses.
Oh, I did not know that, sir. I did not know that, sir.
It counts as a forfeit.
Oh, okay.
So JD was climbing for I don't know what reason. No, because
I think he wanted to forfeit.
Well, everybody was knocked out at this point, and JD realized, oh shit, I'm about to die. So he tries to escape. You had Sammy and Seth stop him at the top, and then conveniently there's a platform for JD to stand on. And then you have Seth and Sammy push him off, and Randy...
And he falls just perfectly face first.
Hits an RKO out of nowhere. And then you have Cody hit the crossroads on Damian Priest.
That shit was... Although it was... You saw that it was set, that it was a...
there was a platform.
Planted, and it was planted, but it was beautiful. It was a beautiful
The timing was perfect.
Yeah. It was. Yeah.
So then Cody hits the crossroads and he pins Damian Priest. Now, going into the show, they were saying Damian Priest is the leader, he's the captain, and he took the pin here. So more teasing for the eventual kick out of Damian Priest on the Judgment Day. So babyfaces win, they all celebrate. They have, and then in the right side of the corner, the copyright pops up, and they do a wide shot, and then you hear that.
Who did that?
Now, I was thinking about this. I don't know.
Who did that? Was that you? M2, you did that?
Yeah, sure.
That was cool as
shit. now, this is what... It's perfect that I'm talking with you two guys about this because I was thinking about this afterwards. Like, in wrestling, there's certain things that make the crowd pop. So, when the glass shatters, out walks Stone Cold. Like when you hear, if you smell the Rock comes out, you hear the gong, Triple H or the Undertaker comes out. When the fucking static hits, this building went nuts.
Okay,
the Titantron said CM Punk, and then out walks CM Punk.
Okay, wait.
Looking bigger than ever.
But this is a conversation that I have to take over. So, M2. So, did you watch this live?
I couldn't. I was literally at work,
bro.
Okay. So you had
this live.
Okay, so wait. So you had gotten the stories afterwards. So you
I didn't believe it. I was at work. We were getting orders, and we had, believe it or not, there's an actual wrestling fan I work with. I was like, oh, she actually watches wrestling.
Right.
And we were talking, and I was like, be real. Did Punk show up? She would. Do you want the real answer or do you want the fake answer? I said, give me the fake answer. She said, no. My mouth dropped. I threw the fries down, threw the burgers down, threw everybody orders had to wait. I went straight to my phone. No way.
Yep.
No.
Immediately checked Twitter.
So, Mike, where were you at when this happened?
I was watching it in my room. All of a sudden, I'm waiting for the press conference. I look away for 1 second, and then I hear the fucking static. My head swiveled so hard, I almost broke my neck. And I go, wait a minute. No way. And then out walks fucking CM Punk in his nice new haircut in a white t-shirt.
So,
just big as fuck.
Yeah.
No, not really. No.
No. He's bigger than he was before.
Yeah.
Like popularity?
He wasn't bigger than Orton. He wasn't bigger than Orton.
No. I'm talking about body-wise. He
bulked up a little bit.
He bulked up a little bit. He looked a little swole.
That wasn't the first thing I noticed. I noticed the hair. I was like, oh, nice new haircut. Nice new haircut, Phil.
Definitely the haircut and the white shirt were the most noticeable parts.
So I'm gonna give you a pre-story. So what happened? I was hanging out with our boy Oski. Shout out to our boy. He came to check us from Florida and shit. And we were at the bar chilling, talking about it. He looks at me. He goes, "Do you think Punk is going to show up at Survivor Series?" I was like, "Dude, I've been talking about it for the podcast for the longest. If he doesn't show up with the teasers that's been going on with WWE, with the fucking the news stories of possibilities that is there, WWE is gonna fucking lose out on a big opportunity to make fucking money, and they're gonna burn out shit, and the crowd is gonna turn."
Hold on, can I just interrupt you for 1 second?
Yeah.
Let's right now. At this moment,
we talked about it on the show for a couple of weeks, right?
No, even I told you, I was like, don't fucking will into existence, because every time you say something on the show, it always comes fucking true.
So what did I say?
You said last week when we did the fucking predictions, oh, guess what? CM Punk's going to show up, and I go, nah. And then, boom, there he is.
I was with Mike. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, there's no fucking way.
But hold on, I want to say this before you continue. That does CM Punk need WWE? Does WWE need CM Punk right now?
Okay,
probably not. They're doing business.
I'll get to that.
It's an added bonus.
I'll get to that in a sec. So, when I was talking to Oski, and he says, "What's your thoughts about it happening?" And I said, "I'm gonna be honest with you with my thought of what it is right now." For Survivor Series, I don't see it happening because I don't see that it's needed, because you got Randy coming back and the buildup is there. And I really believe that maybe down the line for Rumble, it might make a little bit more sense. But I don't really believe that it's that belief that they need Punk as it was before. And Oski looked to me and he goes, "You a big Punk fan?" Or you only saying that because you don't believe it's going to happen because it's going to break your heart when it doesn't happen?
Say, you don't want your fucking heart broken.
And I went, and I go, yes.
Absolutely.
I'm like, yes. But fast forward to that Saturday when it occurred, when the whole event occurred, I was getting hit up for the longest where people was like, is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? And I'm like, well, I don't see it. I don't see when can it occur. I was waiting for maybe the Nakamura stuff. I don't see it.
That's what I was waiting on.
Right. And then I was going, well, like I mentioned earlier, it might be better if it happened at Rumble, if it would happen. And it's so quick for it to happen that I didn't think that they can have this going on. And at the end of the day, Mike, you could and because you share stories or whatever with these so-called insiders, in which I laugh at,
and I get yelled at for it.
Exactly right.
I share people like sharing like their opinion of the news story, and I get yelled at, "You stupid motherfucker! They're not real sources." Like, okay, shit. But yeah, go on.
So do you
want me to get into what happened when CM Punk came out? Like how everybody in the ring reacted?
No.
Oh my God!
We're gonna get to that. So, okay. And I'm not, and this is why I laugh at when it comes to people who are in the know. You don't know shit. You're fucking getting worked. You're getting worked. Everybody's getting fucking worked
like a mug.
And it's the greatest thing because in wrestling, that's what you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be getting fucking worked. When it comes to the idea of legitimate wrestling reporters or media, get the fuck out of here. They're working you. And WWE did the biggest work that they did on y'all motherfuckers ever. And I sat there in my fucking makeshift reclining chair.
Would you call this a work though?
Of course it is.
Just because the man made a surprise return after 10 years.
The work was that nobody thought that it can happen.
Okay.
The work was that with
this was going to be the most impossible thing on God's green earth.
That and
this is on par with Stone Cold took his ball and went home and the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, I was about to say because like over the years we've seen Triple H mend fences with Vince with the Warrior, Bruno, like we've seen all of that stuff. But for years, so many years, when it came to CM Punk, nope, he's never coming back. He's gonna never return to WWE. He's gonna avoid it like the fucking plague.
I'll be right back, gentlemen.
Yeah, do you? The biggest work was that Punk worked us. Punk was the one that worked us because he sat there and gave us the idea that he would never come back to WWE. But in the back of his pocket was that the availability was there for him to do it. It was there. He worked us to do that.
Also, the timing of this whole situation, too, when he got fired back in August, and then if Tony Khan gave him a non-compete, the non-compete expired until this point. He was free to sign wherever he wanted to.
But with all that, it's also, you look at it, what makes better sense for him, I'm talking about Punk, and the business in WWE? It's Punk has never been as hot as he is this past 3 years.
I mean, yeah, since the pandemic, he's been the most talked about person in forever.
And why not grab that before it fizzles out? He has made a polarizing aspect to wrestling that people would not even fucking imagine this day and age.
Yeah.
When it comes to wrestling.
Yeah, I saw a number too, like from like the Twitter stats that like when he returned at Rampage: The Last Dance for AEW, it was like 131,000 to his WWE one where it was like 230 something.
I never really asked you, are you a CM Punk fan?
See, here's the thing. I don't know how to feel about him because it's like as like a wrestler and on-screen like personality, I appreciate all the work he does, but when it comes to like his out like who he is, who I think he is, or what I'm told he is, I don't know how to feel about him. So with him back in WWE, it's like because I mean like you, I immediately thought of the dream matches. I was like CM Punk versus AJ Styles, CM Punk versus Kevin Owens, CM Punk versus Sami Zayn, CM Punk versus Gunther. Like all those matches sound very appealing to me. And
right.
And the guy that buys the game every year, I'm like, oh, holy shit! I can't wait to get the DLC because he will more than likely be the DLC bonus character for the next year's game.
Right. And what other persona that you can do that with?
Nobody, not anybody anymore. Yeah. CM Punk still has that special aura about him where wherever he goes or whatever he does, it draws attention to it.
And I would only hope that I could have that kind of persona that could be translated in the world of whatever I am in, because where else can you sit there and believe that once the music hits that the crowd, and I guarantee you, even if it wasn't Chicago was the perfect fit because of how it transcended and how it manifests, what happened. But you could have done that shit in SmackDown next week in Brooklyn. You know what I mean? And it would have still.
Can I just point out, CM Punk has the power to get Cena booed in Boston.
Yeah. Everybody does though.
Okay, that is true.
Yeah.
But we were talking about, like, at the end of the day, it's like Punk takes everybody in wrestling to another level because he's so multifaceted in the business. You could put him on commentary. You could put him as a manager. You could put him as an in-ring performer. You could put him as a sponsorship. He's so multifaceted with how he is. You're going to love or fucking hate him.
I never said this because I never wanted to sound like just a fanboy or whatever. But you can honestly say Punk could be the greatest of my generation.
For your generation, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Because I'm not going to say of all time, but my generation-wise, who can really, even Cena, who were you growing up watching 2011 on up, or 2010, even Punk with hair? Nah, screw it, when he cut his hair. Who was better?
Between who, Punk and Cena?
Yeah.
Punk.
From 2011 on to 2014, who was more important? Okay, 2013, because that's when they killed him.
But even so, it's like for the past, was it 3.5, 4 years, whatever it is? We can look at when he came to AEW until now. It's like just for that window. Why would we give a fuck about him? Why? Why would we care? Because he knows that we know that every time he goes into a ring, regardless of what it is, he fucking shows out.
Absolutely.
He shows out.
Yeah, but can I also point out too, like until AEW even like started up, this man was doing like interviews saying like he's done with wrestling. Like he was burnt out. Like he wasn't like he didn't want to be a wrestler anymore until like I think he said like when he saw the Brody Lee tribute show and he saw like how much like when he saw like how that locker room or how much of a family he saw the whole AEW was. He goes, I need to be a part of that. So that was probably his initial.
He learned that family had a couple skeletons.
Yeah. He learned the hard way, or whatever the hell happened with him at AEW, because all that is still messy as shit with too many stories, or it's two different sides of the whole thing. But for him showing up on Saturday, now there's going to be people that say, "Oh, what a fucking hypocrite! He said he was never coming back." Well, you know what? He came back, and you know what? On Monday, he did say, "I'm back and I want to make money." That was the real CM Punk that just said like he got that 5-minute promo on Raw, but the last 2 seconds once he dropped the mic and talked to the camera, that could be you could look at that and say that's the real Phil Brooks. I'm back because I want to make money.
I and a lot of people they were talking about the promo he did on Raw, and I wish I could share it bigger, but I don't want to get a copy strike for it. But it's pretty much
it was almost a copy paste of when he came back to AEW, except instead of like 7, it's 10 years.
But you know what? At the same time, it's I didn't think it was bad. I thought it was him giving a template of what he can or cannot say. And I think right now, I think that creatively, they told him it was go out there and just talk. But genuinely, if you listen to his promo, I think he was the most nervous that you would probably have ever seen him.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
It's been 10 years.
Well, but also he's back in an environment where like, he's under the microscope again, where they're going to be like, don't say something out of turn, like you know what to say and not to say,
right?
You know, so whatever the hell is going on with AEW, despite some NDAs where he can't mention anything or whatever the hell's going on.
And I understand that, and I get it because it's people was like he's pandering to the audience, but I also would say that no, I think he was trying to, as a performer, get into a feel of coming back to an environment that he hadn't seen in that long. So when it came to his promo, it was more along the line to is like he was happy, but you know he's scared or nervous to get off what he really wants to. Give him a couple of weeks.
Oh yeah, he's gonna go back to normal.
He's gonna get crazy.
I mean,
am I the only one that during the promo I just wanted Seth Rollins to come out and be like, "Fuck you"?
I was waiting for somebody to cut. I mean, also during the promo too, like he had the people like silent and I wouldn't say silent, but they were listening to what he was saying. And there was in the point in the promo where he said like a lot of people in the back like me and some people don't, and then some people started singing Seth Rollins' theme song.
What was your thoughts?
Like they're trying to get that.
I heard that.
What was your thoughts about the after cut where he didn't say it on mic, but he said it off mic and it was picked up where he says, "I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money." Mike, what's your thoughts about
that?
Like I said, that was that was probably the most real CM Punk. That's legit the reason why he is back. Because whenever we because Jay, you are a big CM Punk fan. We may disagree on a lot of stuff he did in AEW or didn't do, but he needs this run in WWE to like rehab what he did in AEW. Because when AEW he went out with a fucking whimper, in a blaze of fire that was under his control or not, whatever he started or didn't. But this is just to rehab CM Punk's reputation in a lot of people's eyes, because people look at him as a fucking hothead who doesn't know how to work with anybody and is willing to it just does whatever he wants.
Half the people, some of the other half know what's up.
No, yeah, I know. But I'm saying for certain people that's the perception of CM Punk. But for CM Punk, for him personally, because he also said, I have changed in the last couple of years. All right, let's see.
He said, I've changed in 10 years.
I've changed. You've definitely changed.
No, he's changing his thoughts about what he had in 10 years, which is bullshit. I know he's fucking bullshitting. I know that.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's just about money, and I don't know what the fuck what it is. I
can honestly say I don't think it's all about money. I just think he wants to leave the right type of legacy.
Exactly.
But I'm saying, but at the end of the day, and M2 would fucking agree to this, is like, can I make money with the fucking idiots and childish ways that I'm dealing with at the prior place? Or can I make real money at the place that I know that I don't have to do what they wanted me to do at the other place? It's like,
if the reports are true, then yeah.
AEW is not hard to make. You can make bank. The Bucks are the highest paid tag team.
Yes.
Like, come on. It's not hard to make money in AEW, but sometimes pride got to take over. And I don't want this to be my legacy.
Right. That's what I was trying to say before. It's all about pride and all about this man's legacy. And I don't know if you're going to wrap up, but I do want to mention, so when Punk did come out, there was a lot of different reactions from a lot of people in the ring, where like the report that Drew McIntyre, like once the match was over, he left the ring, went to the back, grabbed his hoodie, and just left the building. That was not related to CM Punk.
Kid. I don't buy that.
I don't buy any of that shit.
I don't buy.
I believe a lot of that shit was work.
Well, no, but that's true.
Seth
though.
Can't wait to work with him. I think Drew can't wait to work with him.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't wait for Kevin Owens and CM Punk. That's gonna be crazy.
No, but hold on. I'm saying, but the whole Drew thing, it's then reported. It's reported that it's not CM Punk related. It's something else that happened in the match that he was not happy about. That he decided just to leave the building. He left the ring right away. That's separate from this. But,
that's something. He lost. He lost the match, so he should walk out of the ring.
No, I'm saying something. Jay, something happened in the match that Drew was not happy about, and he just said, "Like I'm okay." As soon as the bell rings, I'm getting up and leaving. Like, he didn't even stay for the whole thing, basically. But then the most important person's reaction was Seth Rollins, who at this point is outside the ring, being held back by Michael Cole and Corey Graves, screaming, "Get that motherfucker out of here! I don't want him here."
Highlight of that video is Randy and Jay vibing in the background.
No, the best was Randy. Like, he was waving to Punk, and Punk waved back high, and then Randy pointed to his wrist, like hurry up, I want to go home.
Which was there was another video of Rhea Ripley throwing up the middle finger when it happened, all that shit. And you know what I say to all that? It's a fucking work. It's a fucking work. Let me tell you something.
I don't buy none of that shit.
You do not believe that. You cannot believe with a different environment that he's coming into that you will not want to make money with fucking CM Punk. This motherfucker pushes merch. He pushes fucking advertisements. He pushes fucking looks to everything that you do. You did the Seth thing. Months ago, he talked about the possibility of Punk
he said
coming to
Punk's,
WWE.
He said Punk's a cancer. Stay away.
And don't you think he was ready? All right, here's something that and this is something that off the top that might fucking be crazy, which I said that would be legitimate for WWE. Wouldn't it be fucking ridiculous that Punk comes into the company and knowing that Seth has heat with him and that Seth loses the belt because of a CM Punk interference or something, and then fucking Damien cashes in and wins the belt because of Punk, which leads into a fucking WrestleMania match?
I mean, I think can we all agree here that WrestleMania Night 1 it's going to be Rollins and Punk in the main event?
Yeah, but wouldn't it be fun if
Randy
that
and
was
Roman
the reason?
next night?
Wouldn't it be fun if that's how it occurred?
I don't agree with that one. I'm saying Cody and Roman. But
okay.
We'll cross that.
Let me say this. Let me say this right now.
Go.
If Cody wins this Royal Rumble, he's getting booed out the building.
But I hope he doesn't win the Rumble, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to the Rumble time.
But I'm just saying, Punk comes in, makes a big interference for Rollins match, whoever he has, and Damien cashes in and wins the championship belt, and we get a CM Punk Seth Rollins match in Mania. There's no. That's what the money is. That's the payoff is at.
Yeah,
like absolute please, because I don't want Punk to beat Rollins for the title. That's poison.
No,
that I could agree with. It would be bad in 6 months span. Punk gets the world title as soon as he comes back.
Punk is going to be Punk is going to be your new Brock Lesnar, peoples. He's gonna drop in and be that kind of guy.
I don't think so. Well, I'll say this. I think
from what the stories say is that he has a long contractual
3 years. Yes, he has a 3-year deal.
3 to 5 that I heard.
Yeah.
So
and I think his schedule is supposed to be designed like Edge's. Like he'll come in from time to time, a couple months, and then he takes some time off.
Exactly. So
now I don't know what about the Saudi shows if he's going to do those, but as far as like, I'm fine with him having the Edge schedule. So if he's going to be around for 6 months and then take off like say 2 months and then come back by SummerSlam, I'd be fine with that.
So
hell yeah.
Let me ask you
as long as they don't overuse him, because this guy he's getting older and he's I hate to say it, he's somewhat fragile because the last 2 times he got hurt, it was like back to back.
But look how he got fragile. He jumped into a fucking crowd and broke his fucking whatever.
I almost got scared because when he got close to the fans, I was thinking this motherfucker's about to try and die. No. He's going to try and jump.
Listen. I'm sitting here on a pedestal going,
you're blushing. I can see it in your fucking face.
Yes, and still
your fucking booze back.
But it's also for my belief is that listen, this is what business is. It's what wrestling is. So what I want to do for the next episode, I want you guys to put together a compilation. The missed opportunity, the opportunities that AEW should have had with Punk. What matches should have happened? What was
I can name one right off the top.
No. We ain't gonna do that.
It's the easiest thing.
But save it for next episode. But
so overall thoughts on Survivor Series and the return of CM Punk is a fucking 5 thumbs up. A giant thumbs up.
No, before before I I was popping like a mark when it happened, when the theme music happened. I thought the Survivor Series was enjoyable. I thought it was a fun night. I thought it was good. It was a good, really
easy watch.
Not only that, but I thought it was a pay-per-view that people who were not wrestling fans should watch. The only match that I was kind of on a spectrum for was the intercontinental match, because because I thought it should have been a squash, and I thought it would have benefited Miz more. But
like, what better Miz match has there been in his whole career?
Every one that he defended a title with, but
whoa.
I mean, going into this show, the Miz has like the worst win-loss record, but I thought that. I really thought it should have been a squash because I thought the longer story would have been for him.
Wait, you said anyone? You're gonna tell me him and Ziggler was a good match when when everybody knew damn well Ziggler wasn't gonna lose.
He wasn't gonna retire.
Exactly. Like what? What? He had a good match with Cesaro or some shit.
But they were good matches. They
weren't like this. They weren't this.
Yeah,
there was nowhere near this.
I really believe that fucking Gunther should have fucking squashed him in less than a minute, and then it would have been a better storyline.
But it was the shit he was doing. It wasn't like he was out wrestling Gunther. He was doing cheap shit, and he almost got one over on Gunther.
And he was trying to prove Gunther a point that he's not just a sports entertainer. He says he's a wrestler. So,
and I think that, and I think
that was the point of the match.
And I think that's what Mike said is that would have been a better reason that he squashed him, and then it would have been displayed on a ladder match that had happened.
Well, listen, at the end of the day, Chad Gable should be the one beating Gunther for the Intercontinental title. At least for me, unless you have like Jey Uso or Sami Zayn be the one to do it, that's fine. But
it's got to be somebody new. He's already lost. Yeah, like, what's the point?
Well, they could go back to that story of Chad Gable, but that's just me or some other people. But I mean, Gunther's once he drops this Intercontinental title, that world title is going to be on him any day by next year.
Yeah, I think what they're looking forward to with the IC title is because you got to put Gunther in line for what's next and who's having it. And I think that Gunther's gonna have that belt until maybe WrestleMania. So
yeah, because now with Punk back, you could have said we could have easily said, "Oh, Gunther's a favorite to win the Rumble." Now,
right
now, the men's Rumble winner is up in the air because God forbid, it could be fucking CM Punk winning the Royal Rumble and then challenging Seth Rollins.
Could be Orton at this point,
right?
Or
so,
Sami Zayn, maybe, I don't know. It could be anybody.
Now it's just about who. Like he has said, is like, I don't have to fucking ask for somebody. They gotta fucking come to me because I'm the champ. So come to me. So who's gonna be the one who's gonna be on that table to get that title?
That story is interesting. Also, with Logan Paul with the U.S. title, he's coming back on Friday in Brooklyn. That story's gonna be like a lot of stuff going into with WrestleMania around the corner. It's safe to say, like, the matches, you could agree. Like, I don't know if you guys want to agree or disagree, but the matches are easily Jay versus Jimmy, Rollins and Punk.
That's a WrestleMania match.
Rollins and Punk,
absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Becky and Rhea.
Mm-hmm.
More than likely Bayley and Io.
I don't think
maybe whoever, and then like Roman and Cody or Yeah, it should be Roman and Cody. The story
there was
with Cody needs
interesting...
to end at WrestleMania 40. It needs to be this reign of Roman has to end at WrestleMania.
Yeah. We already know.
Because I heard they want Randy to beat Roman before WrestleMania, and they want to do Randy and Cody.
Well, with Randy's promo, with him saying that he's not finished with the Bullet, I could see Randy being Roman's challenger at the Rumble.
Well, we have to get a story for Randy for the next couple of months to make it seem more.
They already shot it last night. I was going to say Dominic at WrestleMania,
but we have a lot of other players in the mix. Like, you have Owens on one side, we have Sammy on the other side.
Imagine Randy Orton versus Gunther at WrestleMania.
For the
Intercontinental
Championship.
This is what I'm saying. There's a lot of storylines and possibilities that should be in play. So we should get it.
2024 is going to be an interesting year with WWE and their booking and a lot of their matchups because they're doing a lot of PLEs outside of the U.S. and France, Berlin, and like in the Saudi shows. So I expect a lot of big matchups.
But I think that with WWE right now, it's just like I can see why people were early on judgmental about what could happen, but right now they're coming back. They started to see it, just like with the shows. So, Mike, where can it get you, and where can it find you?
You can find me at M_Santino530 on Twitter and Instagram. And to follow the Turnbuckle Tabloid social is at Turnbuckle Tab on Instagram and Twitter as well.
My brother M2, where they can find you at, sir?
You can give me Marquise Maverick on TikTok at Reality of Wrestling, where we just talk about wrestling. YouTube channel 2K and Politics. I am off for the next 2 days. If it kills me, we are going to talk about the top 14 traditional Survivor Series matches. Now that we've just transitioned into War Games, we can't forget about the traditional 5-on-5 tag team matches. In some cases, 4-on-4.
All right, brother, and thank you, Mike. Thank you, my fan, for checking in, and we're gonna holler at you guys later on. Thanks again for you guys for your time. See you guys.
Yes, sir.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
Turnbuckle Tabloid.